Hi, I'm Mac McCreary, and this past summer I got to go with a small group of 6 people from First Baptist. We went on a trip to Bulgaria and to Greece, and during our time in Greece, we got to go to a refugee camp. We stayed in a small town there called Milatopos, which is outside of Thessaloniki, and stayed with a church there called Milatopos Evangelical Church. It's only about 50 people, but despite being small, they have realized that God has given them an opportunity, has brought people from other countries to their country, and given them a chance to be to love them and minister to them. So they've made a commitment to do that. They go to the refugee camps on a weekly and even daily basis to distribute food, to distribute clothing, and to just encourage and love the people in these camps. We went to a camp called Janitsa Refugee Camp. It's a relatively small camp, only about 500 people, mostly made up of Syrian, Iraqi, and Kurdish refugees. It's basically a large tent city on top of a big gravel parking lot with these tents have no privacy, no air conditioning. It's a really hot and dusty and cramped place. When we first got there, we spent some time. Our team split up into two groups. One group, my group, we went to go play soccer with some of the kids in the camp, and the other group went to go play games with kids, doing flashcards and other games with them. After we finished playing soccer, a couple of the guys that I got to know through that, we wandered throughout the camp, and they showed us a little bit of how their lives were in the camp. We went to see the tents and other facilities in there, and really one thing that was really neat was we got to spend some time really getting to know them. We sat and had tea with their families and their friends and heard about their lives, where they came from, their lives in the camp, and where they hope to go. I think what stood out to me was that many of these people are very similar to me. They come from middle-class families. They had jobs in their home countries. They have families with small children, and yet they're stuck in the middle. The countries where they come from want to kill them, and the places that they want to go don't want them. There's a real sense of hopelessness in the camps you hear in their stories and see in their lives. Yet we know that they are not without hope. Christ loves them, and He cares for them, and He invites us to be a part of loving them and showing that love to them. He calls and invites His church to be a part of that by being His hands and feet in these places, both the global church and the local church. So whether we're going to Greece to work with a small church there and do that, or we are loving the refugees that have come to our city, He allows us to be a part of that and invites us in to show them the love of Jesus.